Hello everybody, my name is Braden, and welcome to my incredible YouTube video where I open booster packs and look at the cool cards they have from Star Wars Unlimited, my favorite new card game. This is Spark of Rebellion, the very first set to come out. I think this game is really fun, and I like playing it, and to play it even better, I need more cards. So we got 24 booster packs in here, and it's going to be great. These are going to feature characters and content from the original Star Wars trilogy, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and the Star Wars Rebels series. This is not my first booster box that I've purchased and opened. I opened one previously, and let me tell you, I did get some decent cards out of it. I did pull this Luke Skywalker hyperspace foil variant, which is very awesome. But even more awesome, I also got this Showcase Leia Organa Alliance General. And the showcases are that's as good as you can get for these cards in this game. And boy, I was very pleased to get both Leia and Luke, these two cards in one booster box. It can happen. You can get really lucky. It happened to me, and it'll maybe happen to me again in this box. But I already got these, so like I'm pretty happy. My expectations are not too high at this point. So I'm gonna be happy with whatever I get. I really need more cards to build decks with. Not that I wouldn't very much appreciate another showcase or some great legendaries, but we're gonna open this and see what's inside. We've got 24 packs, and we're gonna get this shrink wrap off of here. Let's see what's inside. Let's get this Rebellion sparked. Alright, I do have some sleeves handy, just in case. Probably just going to sleeve the legendaries I come across, but yeah, this is the booster box. It pops up like so. You can have a little display there with the title up there, but yeah, we got a few options for pack art here. So I believe we have, yeah, Thrawn, Chewbacca, and Leia as the pack art. I love the feel of these packs. They're made of a paper material, so you can actually recycle them, which is really awesome. Or at least I'm pretty sure you can, but that's what I've been doing at least. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to set some of these off to the side, and begin with our first pack here with good old Chewbacca. Yeah, see that? They just kind of tear open. It's a lot easier to open this with this material as well. Okay, so every pack has 16 cards. The first two being a leader, Jyn Erso here, who's pretty cool, and a base card, which is Chopper base here. Pretty solid. There are rare bases and rare leaders, but those are both commons. So then the rest of the pack, we got an open fire, which is handy, very good to have, with those stormtroopers doing the thing. A mercenary company, underworld trooper, green. Restored Arc 170, cool card. I love the little trails it has on it, and I just love to see a kind of Republic era fighter in a Rebellion era set. But yeah, solid space unit. Infiltrator's skill, the kind of famous trailer shot of Jyn there, looking very good. Always need some Saboteur. Battlefield Marine, a really solid 2-cost 3/3 card. Solid Rebel Trooper. Rebel Pathfinder. Very good. Another 2 cost 2/3 with Saboteur. Restock. Handy in draft probably. Snapshot Reflexes. Old Mandalorian doing his thing. Asteroid Sanctuary. Good for some utility there. Greedo, our first uncommon of the pack. Very fun. I love he's kind of got a shoot last mechanic with his when defeated effect. Very cool. Bright Hope. Very good. I do have a bit of a Rebel Vehicle deck that I'm working on, so Bright Hope would go well in there. And then we've got Fifth Brother. It's our third uncommon. Really solid. Goes good with some heroes and a lot of Imperial Enforce kind of mechanics. Ooh, and our rare is Bail Organa. Very handy. Really dangerous if you just let him pump out XP turn after turn. And so that was our 1, 2, 3 uncommons. Then we get 1 rare, and the last card of the pack is always a foil. And we got a foil Wampa. Very cool. So, apologies if I don't ooh and ah over every card. I've seen them all pretty extensively before. But yeah, usually if I'm looking at like Pokemon or something, it's usually cards I haven't seen before. But okay, first up, you'll notice here we got IG-88. This is the Hyperspace edition. So you'll notice he doesn't have the black border around it. It's the extended art version. So these are like 2 in every 3 packs, so they're fairly common, but they're a pretty cool one to collect, I think. We got a command center, and then we got make an opening. Oh, I guess I should show you the other side of IG-88. Let's look at that too. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like the extended art on IG-88 quite a bit. I wish that IG-88 was a little better as a leader. Not my favorite. But what else we got here? Make an opening. Very solid card. Very good tactic. Love to see a Stormtrooper just getting blasted apart like that. Speaking of which, we got a First Legion Snowtrooper. Can be really powerful. Just 2 cost 2/3 with a pretty good effect. That's always a easy to include card. Consortium Starfighter, not bad. I don't know. I guess it's from the Consortium, but yeah, it's got a weird ship design. I kind of like it. But Death Trooper, classic, goes good with the commander or the leader, Krennic, who can buff your damaged units. So, pretty handy card to have. Cantina Braggart, an interesting design. Not my favorite card to include in a deck, though. It's interesting, though. Snowtrooper Lieutenant, this one's I put in a lot of my villainous decks, because the action efficiency of playing a card and getting to attack and getting a +2/+0 bonus is pretty tempting. Mining Guild TIE Fighter lets you draw some cards. Pretty good. Zooming in there. Lethal Insurgent. Love a cool lady with a bazooka. Doing a little insurgency. Riding a weird moped. Also just a fun effect. 2 cost 3/2. Mill a card. Sort of. It's fun. Ooh. Then we got a Hyperspace ATST. 6/7 Overwhelm. I love how many cards. Yeah, I don't know. I used to play a lot of Hearthstone, so seeing this is like, Boulder Fist Ogre, but better. Yeah, 6 cost 6/7 Overwhelm, which is very good. Overwhelm is the trample mechanic, but yeah, this looks great with the extended art because Endor just looks fantastic. Those big redwoods. But okay, so that's our first Hyperspace. Well, I guess we got the IG-88. I guess I'll set those aside and make a pile for those so we can kind of count up how many. Then we got Yoda, the little freak that died after having some soup. Outmaneuver. interesting card. Haven't quite found my use for it yet, but I'm sure I could. Exhausting every unit can definitely be handy if you play it at the right moment. Ooh, and we got to prepare for takeoff. Like I said, I do have a Rebel vehicle deck kind of in the works, and this would be really cool to include with the hyperspace. Don't get cocky. I've got too many of these cards already. Don't need more of this one. It's not my favorite card unless you really kind of build a deck around it with not too many high cost cards, but I don't think it's worth building around, honestly. But it's fun. It's very thematic, which is cool. And then our foil for the pack is a medal ceremony, which is fitting because medals are shiny. All right. I'm going to keep going here with another booster pack from Star Wars Unlimited. We got Boba Fett, a pretty solid leader. Gives you that extra resource, sort of, when you need it. Solid leader. 5 deploy, 4/7. Not bad. We got a capital city. The Vanguard Infantry. Pretty okay card. Not overwhelming. Not useless. Alliance X-wing rather. Pretty solid starfighter space unit. Repair. Getting in there. Making it so you can keep gaming nonstop. Carpal tunnel be damned. Another Wampa. Super Laser Technician, or DJ Death Star, as I've seen many folks call them. Very cool. Very good for the ramp, giving you that extra resource early on in the game, ideally. Cloud City Wingguard. Looking good. Is this Cloud City, Bespin. They got cool outfits there. They got the fits. Confiscate, defeat those upgrades. Surprise Strike. Classic moment. Cassian always ready with the surprise strike. Good to see. We got a Cell Block Guard. Just a 3-cost 3/3 Sentinel. Very handy. General Taggy. Pretty fun in a trooper themed deck, I think. We got Zeb, the Spectre. He's got a pretty solid ability, honestly, and a 5-cost 5/5, not bad. I think Zeb is a pretty solid card. Oh, and Protector, we got a double aspect card, so a little tricky to put in your deck, but this one I think is better than it looks. I think giving a unit Sentinel can really turn the tide in a battle when you need it. Oh, and then we got our first legendary, Cunning. So each of the 4 colored aspects have a card representing their aspects. So there's a Cunning, Aggression, Vigilance, and Command. Cunning is a pretty solid one. A lot of good options. Choosing 2. Is this supposed to be? Is this young Han Solo? That's my only guess, right? That's got to be who that is. Looks like a dweeb, but pretty good card. So I guess we'll sleeve that. We'll sleeve that as our first legendary. You can see the down here the letter kind of denoting the rarity of the card. So there's one legendary. And then our foil, it's a Cantina Bouncer. Goes good with our Cunning card we just got. I do like Cantina Bouncer quite a bit. And I love that its when played effect is to bounce a card. Well, exactly what you would expect a bouncer to do. Alright, let's keep going here. Who do we got? It's Eden. Can't remember. It's been a while since I watched any of that game. Versio. a solid blue villainy leader. Can help you sustain some damage quite a bit. Pretty good. Then we got a hyperspace chopper base, which is great. Not my favorite like base card, but I definitely want at least one hyper of all the bases. That's a good goal to shoot for, I think. Then we got Spec Force Soldier. I saw something back there. Careful. And this card is a 1-cost 2/2, which is pretty solid on its own. And when played, a unit loses Sentinel for this phase, which can be more impactful than you might think. That can really punch through the last line of defense, kind of seal the deal if you need to. Pretty solid card. Then we got a Steadfast Battalion here, which is pretty solid. I had a couple stacks going here, but I think I'm gonna not worry about organizing those anymore at this point. But well, I guess let's look. Let's get all the hyperspaces. I do want to count those. Let's do this right. Let's get the science done. These are all normal. And then this stack was hyperspace cards until I stopped paying attention. And now it is once again. So let's add the chopper base to that stack. There. Okay, now everything is right in the world. This video is not cringe anymore. It makes sense. You're going to be okay. All right, back to the Steadfast Battalion. Pretty okay card. The if you control a leader unit qualification for a lot of cards is not a big turn on for me. It seems like a hard thing to rely on, but otherwise, 5/5 with Overwhelm isn't that bad. Cargo Juggernaut, pretty solid, good stats, and lots of shields. Very good. Keep Fighting, very fun. You can definitely get up to shenanigans with the fifth brother, I think his name was, and the seventh sister, and Tarkin, who has a low attack. Good card. Escort Skiff, 4/4 ambush, handy. The Vigilant Honor Guards, look at them. They are so vigilant with their little ping pong ball helmets. You love to see it. 4/6. ISB Agent, this guy's doing all kinds of spy stuff. Great. And a 1-cost card that can do some ping damage. Pretty handy. Corellian Freighter, notably not the Millennium Falcon, which is a legendary card, but still solid body if you need it. Outer Rim Headhunter, got that raid, got that exhaust effect. So this one, it has the leader control kind of requirement, but I think the raid and the stat lines for 2 is still pretty solid on its own. It's no Green Squadron A-Wing though, that's for sure. And then we got Chewbacca as our first uncommon for this pack, who is an interesting one. 5 mana, 5 cost, 3/6. I'm still training my brain. I'm trying so hard. 5 cost, 3/6 Sentinel, and whenever he's attacked, you can ready him, which is pretty handy. Then we have Prepare for Takeoff again, just normal version. And then for our rare, no, we got one more uncommon, which is Power Failure. Get rid of those upgrades if you need to. And then, we have Fett's Fire Spray. Really good card. Doesn't have quite ambush, but it does come into play ready if you control Boba, which is easy to do because you can just have him as your leader, and this is ready to go. And it's got the little action effect. Yeah, just a really solid card. And then I see we've got a hyperspace foil Alliance Dispatcher. Pretty cool. So yeah, you can get there's one foil in every pack, and that foil does have a chance to be a hyperspace card as well. So we'll add that to the stack. I guess I'll put that on bottom maybe. But yeah, Alliance Dispatcher. It's a solid card. Doesn't look too tough or powerful, but saving you one resource per phase is gonna come in handy. I guarantee it. All right, let's keep going. All right, our leader for this pack is a rare leader in the form of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Love this dude. Very tactical, very evil, very red eyes. Pretty awesome. And a very fittingly complicated leader ability. You love to see it. Then we got an Echo base. And for our first unit here, we've got another 1st Legion Stormtrooper, which is very good. Vanguard Infantry. Another Cloud City Wingguard. I Keep Fighting. Alliance Dispatcher. Cargo Juggernaut. Another Outer Rim Headhunter. Cell Block Guard. ISP Agent. And the Reinforcement Walker. Haven't seen this one pop up yet. It's interestingly neutral. It's not an Imperial card, so, you know, you can put this in your hero decks as well. It's got it kind of mills your own deck or draws you cards. The when played and on attack, you can look at the top card of your deck and draw it, or discard it and heal 3. So a nice versatile effect with a pretty huge stat line. Handy card. We got another Power Failure. Oh, and then we've got a Hyperspace 5th Brother. I was just talking about him. Looking very good. Especially you get get more lightsaber in your art. Always a good thing. But cool. Good to see him. And then, well, we got Wedge for our rare card this set. That's definitely going to come in handy in the vehicle deck that I'm working on. Because, yeah, buffing all your vehicles and giving them ambush, really solid effect. Then our foil card is a Precision Fire, which is a little bit niche, but if you're running a trooper deck, it's gonna be a handy card to have. All right, let's keep going. Only one legendary so far, but we got plenty of packs to go, and they'll go quicker as you've seen. We're getting some duplicates here. Grand Moff Tarkin, one of my favorite leaders. I love giving experience tokens out and just buffing units up to high heaven. Very good. Like I said, with the Keep Fighting card, since Tarkin has only 2 attack, it's very easy to use that kind of effect on him. We got Kestro City as a base, and then we've got another Spec Force Soldier here. Solid card. Steadfast Battalion. Vigilant Honor Guards. The Jedi Agitator. 2 costs for a 2/1 stats doesn't feel that great, but the Saboteur effect is pretty solid, and the on attack effect is sometimes useful. So not the worst card, not the best card. Snowspeeder, another solid vehicle rebel. It's got that ambush, which is really handy, especially with that high health, so it can maybe 2 for 1. Then we've got another Corellian Freighter. Jawa Scavenger. Not a hugely impactful card, but it is a Jawa, and I love Jawas, so definitely a cool card. Good art. Love these Gamorrean guards. I love the theme that they need someone to guard to actually have Sentinel, or at least another cunning unit who can maybe convince them to be guards. But yeah, you gotta love the Gamorreans. They're working hard out there. Ooh. Then we've got a Guardian of the Wills. Hyper Space. So this is a 2-mana 2/2, which isn't too exciting, but it does let you save some resources when you upgrade this unit. And more importantly, it's got the Force trait, which is very handy to have, because there's a lot of cards, a lot of really powerful cards that will have extra effects if you control a Force unit, and there's not a ton of Force units in the game yet, so this is a handy card at the moment, and it's Hyperspace. Suppressor. Love a huge 8 cost 8/8 exhaust all ground units when played. Very fun. Love the AT-ATs in this game. Wing Leader, really good card. I love this one. Cost 3, only 2/1, but you get to give 2 experience tokens out, so that's effectively a 4/3 for 3, but you get to kind of spread out the power, which is nice. Shoot First, really solid card. Gets you that extra little power and an attack, but gives you that first strike effect, dealing combat damage before the defender. So if it's enough to kill the defender, then you don't take any damage, which is very handy. So that's a very good uncommon to have. Ooh, Mace Windu. A legendary. Very cool card. I love just the idea. He's the party crasher. He comes in and just defeats all of the units in the ground arena, basically. Can kind of plow through them. He's got a purple lightsaber. He's busting up droids. He's Mace Windu. Very cool. Let's get that one in his sleeve for sure. Okay. Oh, and then we got a foil Jawa. Very cute. All right, 2 legendaries so far. Feeling pretty good. Feeling good about Mace. All right, we got another Boba. I see something shiny back there. We got a Capital City. And we got, oh yeah, the Galactic Star Destroyer, which we haven't seen yet. Very solid. Oftentimes, getting Sentinel for just a turn, for just a phase, will really turn things around if you're a little desperate. Resilient, just a solid upgrade. Death Star Stormtrooper, which we haven't seen yet, but yeah, 1 cost 3/1, that's pretty solid. Scored Skiff. Scout by Pursuer. Really like this art. Just zooming through the woods. Just a very iconic scene in Return of the Jedi, racing around on Endor on the speeders. And it's a solid card. 2 cost, 1/4 with the grit. So it's got a high health, so it can actually take advantage of the grit pretty well. Ardent Sympathizer. I love this character. I love the Solists, the Solistans. They're one of my favorite aliens in Star Wars. And he's just doing the job, getting stuff done, blasting away. A good trooper. TIE Fighter. Another really good art. They've got a play mat with this art on it that's really solid. But yeah, just a 1 cost 2/1. Nothing to write home about, but it is Imperial. It is a vehicle, so you can play around with those as well. Crafty Smuggler. 2 cost, shielded, 2/2. Pretty great. The Otsutuk Liberator Gunship. I hadn't heard about this until I played the game Star Wars Unlimited, and I guess this is a Wookiee ship, which is pretty cool. So there's that. We got Rebel Assault for one of our uncommons. Very handy, especially in like a Leia deck or Rebel Heavy decks. We got Admiral Ozzel. Very good at getting those Imperials out and ready to fight. Ooh, Takedown. A really solid uncommon removal card. Only costs 4, and you can just defeat a unit outright as long as it's got 5 or less HP. Very good. Ooh, and then we've got our rare Galactic Ambition. And very interesting card. It's going to be more interesting once they release more high-cost cards, but getting a big villain unit out early, even 1 turn early, can be really powerful. So don't underestimate this card. Then our last card, which we've been seeing peeking around this whole pack. Ooh, the Academy Defense Walker Hyperspace Foil. That looks really good. The brighter background arts, I think, really help things pop on these a little more. But yeah, that's a great art. Also, yeah, it's pretty solid card, especially if you're doing a Commander Krennic deck, because it can give all of your damaged friendly units in XP. And it's got Sentinel to protect them. Just, yeah, really, really solid. So I'm going to put that at the bottom here. And let's keep going. Alright, we got another Thrawn. Maybe our first Administrator's Tower, I'm not sure. Our first Academy Trading, I'm pretty sure. So, 2 cost, 2/2 in stats. Not bad. We've got Yoda eating his gross soup. Get that shield out, moment of peace, not bad. Regional Sympathizers. Restore 2 seems kind of powerful, but I don't know. On a 3/4 body, is it that worth it? Hard to say. We got a Guerrilla Attack Pod, another really strong vehicle that can come into play ready as long as the base has 15 or more damage on it, which is pretty easy to make happen. You get this in kind of as a late game finisher. It can be really, really, really strong. Got a Patrolling V-Wing, just a handy card draw if you need it. Vanquish, just hard removal. Love to see that. Underworld Thug, basic ass Thug. Love him. He's got that cool pike. With another Surprise Strike for that +3. A less cool looking AT-ST. No Good to Be Dead, which is pretty cool. It's got that extra long exhaust effect. And we got 97th Legion. This one's interesting. It's an Imperial Trooper card, but it's not actually villainous. Someone might have to let me know who they are. They're keeping the peace on Solist, apparently, but I don't know if I buy that. Anyway, they have an interesting 0/0 stat line, but they have +1/+1 for each resource you control, and there's a good chance you're going to have at least 6 or 7 when you play this, so a pretty strong body, but it does take all your resources to play it, most likely. So, interesting one. Then we got the Starwing Scout, which is an uncommon. I don't know if it's good enough to be an uncommon. It's really hard to trigger cards like this that say, if you have the initiative, draw 2 cards. I mean, I guess the trick is to take the initiative and then attack with it at your first, as like one of your first actions on the next phase, and that's how you kind of make it work. But a little tricky, but 2 cards and a 4/1 body, that's pretty solid. Ooh, we got Agent Callus for our rare card. Really fun effect. 4/4 ambush, and you can draw a card whenever a unique unit is defeated once per round. So, not bad. And then we've got a foil, No Good to Be Dead, which we just saw earlier in the pack as well. This next pack. We've got another IG-88. Ooh. I already have a Hyperspace Dagobah, so maybe I can trade that to someone. But I guess I will still put it in the foils pile. Not the foils pile, the Hyperspace pile. We're not counting the foils because I know exactly how many I'm getting those. It's 24. Occupier Siege Tank. 5/4 with grit. Kind of an interesting one. Big tank. Echo-based Defender. One of the unsung, well, maybe oft-sung heroes of the set. Just a 4/3 for only 3. Good body and Sentinel. Turns out is pretty handy, at least in the current meta. Another Guardian of the Wills. Another Partisan Insurgent. Wait, not another. That's the first time we've seen that one. Wait. 2 mana, 2 cost 1/4. If you control another aggression unit, this gets raid 2, which is pretty solid because kind of makes this a sometimes 2 cost 3/4, which is pretty good. Fleet Lieutenant, similar to the Snowtrooper Lieutenant, very solid. Getting to play a card and make an attack, very good. 7th Fleet Defender, really solid. 3 cost 3/2 and the shield. it's gonna get at least one good trade in most likely, and probably two. Very, very solid space unit. Got a Frontier ATRT, one of the only neutral cards that I think is maybe worth running outside of limited play. Like this could make it into constructed decks, at least a sideboard maybe. Waylay, just a solid bounce card. Turn that leader to their hand. Oh, we got a Hyperspace Otsutuk Liberator Gunship. The 3/4 with Ambush. Not bad, not bad. It's kind of cool to see the Hyperspace effect on space units. And we got Kanan Jarrus, an uncommon member of the Rebels crew. Pretty fun if you want to go for a mill strategy, which, you know, would be a lot more effective in limited with against a 30 card deck, but also it's a lot harder to pull enough specters to make this worth it, but can be fun. Smuggling Compartment, pretty good. Just you know, one cost for one in stats is not, you know, nothing to sneeze at. And then we got the ready a resource on attack, which can be very handy as well. So I like that card. Another Admiral Ozzel, and a Jedi Lightsaber for the rare. Very cool. Like I said, we can give it to a Force unit to give them that on attack effect to lower the defender's stats, which can be very, very handy in combat. And it's just a 3/3 buff, which is great. Then we got a foil recruit, which can, you know, draw a card. We'll draw a card that's likely good because you'll have 5 options to choose from. So not bad. All right, and we got Sabine Wren for our leader here. Pretty solid. Deal damage to each base. This is the hyper aggro kind of rush down card because you can deploy with only 4 resources. Another Capital City. Got another Occupier Siege Tank. Gladiator Star Destroyer. I think he called it Galactic Star Destroyer earlier, which is not what it's called. Another Vanquish. Always need more of those. Partisan Insurgent. Tactical Advantage gives you +2/+2 for the phase, so that can be handy, especially for only one. Morgamorian Guards, another ATST, 7 Fleet Defender, Spec Force Soldier Hyperspace. Very cool. Love to get more of that blaster shot effect going on there. So, and it's just like I said, a really solid card. So nice to get a hyperspace version of it. Oops, I keep putting the foils in the hyperspace pile. General Taggy, like I said, good for troopers. Karabast, look at old Zeb having a bad day. Haven't used this card too much, but seems like it could be pretty good, especially for only 2. Definitely good in a Spectre deck. We got Baze, I can't remember how his name is said, but love this dude. Love any dude with like a big repeating gun like that. He's got grit and often Sentinel, so pretty solid. We got Rook, Thrawn's Assassin. I have watched Rebels before. I don't remember this guy at all, to be honest. So I'm not sure how cool a villain he was, but he is a pretty solid card. Got the 5 cost 3/6 with the shield and a kind of a death touch effect. When this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, you can just defeat that unit outright. So pretty handy, especially with the shield. Don't have to take any damage on that first death touch kind of trigger. Then we got a foil AT-AT suppressor with a little bit of, see that it's like a chip near the S. That's kind of unfortunate. Not that I care too much about like this, the base foils like that. It isn't uncommon, but I have noticed a handful, not many, but a small handful of foil blemishes like that here and there. Maybe my only real complaint about the game so far is that the foils aren't always in perfect shape. Because you saw I pulled that right out of the pack, didn't even touch it. Anyway, not a big deal to me, unless it was something better like a showcase there. But Boba is cool. Cloud City is cool. Guardians of the Wills are cool. Got an attack pod. Homestead Militia, solid card. As long as you control 6 or more resources, it gains Sentinel. So 3 cost, 3/4 with Sentinel, pretty solid play. Consular Security Force. These guys, you know, all that health is not going to help you against Vader, but God bless you for trying. We got a Fleet Lieutenant. We got a mission briefing. Just a basic arcane intellect, you know, pay 3 and get 2 cards. I guess you could have an opponent gain 2 cards, which might come in handy in certain situations. Frontier ATRT. Syndicate Lackeys. I think this card's better in limited than like a full-on constructed deck, but you can do some fun things, especially if you bounce it after it gets an attack in. Mining Guild TIE Fighter, which we've seen. Vanguard Ace is kind of a fun one. When played, for each other card you played this phase, give an experience token to this unit, so you can kind of get it up to like maybe a 4 or 5 if you've got a bunch of cheap cards in your hand. But kind of tricky. Another Prepare for Takeoff. Forced Surrender. It costs 6, but it's got a pretty solid effect. Drawing 2 cards and having an opponent discard 2 cards, if you can, you know, get it right. Ideally, you're only playing this card after you've damaged an opponent's base, because paying 6 to just draw 2 cards doesn't feel very good. But if you can make them discard, it's very good. Ooh, legendary Darth Vader. Definitely one of the popular cards in the set. Let's get the old Sith Lord in a sleeve. Very solid card. 7 cost, 5/7 with Ambush. And this incredible when played effect. Search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of villainous units with combined cost 3 or less and play each of them for free. So you could get 3 Stormtroopers, you could get a TIE Interceptor, all kinds of cool shenanigans you can pull with Vader. And it's very thematic of him just kind of showing onto the scene, unexpectedly wrecking house, and having a wave of troopers and units behind him. Very solid card. Very sought-after legendary, if I understand the meta correctly currently. So cool, that was my first Vader. I haven't pulled him yet. And then we got a foil Vanguard Infantry. Alright. What else is here in this booster pack? Hey, it's Cassian. I don't think I had Cassian yet, actually. Interesting leader. Kind of an aggro one. Well, with a Saboteur kind of focus, because you can deal damage to the base of an enemy. You can get that extra card draw. Works on the flip side as well. Deal damage to an enemy base. You can draw a card once per round. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. We've got Command Center. We've got another Echo-based Defender. Good bread and butter. Rugged Survivors. Get that 3/5 with Grit. And sometimes draw a card. Not bad. Not bad. Precision Fire for your troopers. Resupply. Very handy. Pretty solid card to include in almost any green deck. Academy Defense Walker, which we saw. Disabling Fang Fighter can be very, very useful. It's good to remind yourself that shields and XP tokens are also upgrades that you can defeat with this. So there's a good chance you'll have a target for this. So, but even if you're not sure, you can still put it as a good sideboard card. Maximum Firepower, really good in an Imperial heavy deck. Pretty solid hard removal, most likely. Crafty Smuggler again. A Rogue Operative. They got the Saboteur and Raid 2, which is very good. You've kind of got a 3-cost 4/4 almost. Lieutenant Chilton, really interesting. Reveal up to 4 cards from your hand. For each card revealed this way, you give an experience token to this unit. So it costs 4 and it's only 2/2, but you get only 2 cards will get it up to 4, and even that's pretty good because it still has Sentinel, which is very handy. We've got a Pirated Starfighter, which has a bounce effect for friendly units, which is, technically a drawback, returning a card to your hand, but very easy to make that work to your advantage, and that's why this has the increased stat line of a 2/4 for only 2, plus the rate. So really solid card, I think, especially if you work in some good bounce mechanics. Ooh, Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. Very, very solid uncommon. I love the art on this one. I would love to find a hyperspace version of this. The ambush on a 4/6 and getting a 2-cost card back from your discard pile. Really, really handy. Great card. Heroic Sacrifice. Love K2SO. This was a great moment in the movie. But you get to draw a card for only 1, and then you can attack with a unit, which gets +2 attack. And unfortunately it does die, but makes a good heroic sacrifice, just like K2SO did. Oh, and then we got a foil rare regional governor. See this little little bubble there under the O. Interesting. Just saying the foils. I don't know about these foils, but otherwise, yeah, it's a cool card. 2 mana, 1/4. When played, name a card. While this unit is in play, opponents can't play the named card. So normally I hate cards like this because I hate trying to remember what might be in an opponent's hand. But there's a lot of cards like Imperial Probe Droids that reveal cards from your opponent's hands, or you play cards that'll bounce cards back into your opponent's hand, so you know what's in there. Then you play that, and they can't play it. So it can be fun, I think. All right. Ooh, we've got a Hyperspace Boba Fett. Looking good. Oh gosh, it's got pretty solid art. Love old Boba collecting the bounty. And we've got a Hyperspace Command Center while we're here for the old Death Star. Pretty good. 2 hyperspaces in the very start of the pack. Guerrilla Attack Pod, got plenty of these now. Homestead Militia, Security Force, Fleet Lieutenant, Mission Briefing, Echo Base Defender, again, Syndicate Lackeys, Jawa Scavenger, the Consular Security Force, that's 3 hyperspaces in 1 pack. Wow, that's pretty cool. And this one looks good too. I like that. All the homies bunched up like that. Oh, we got Devotion. Really fun art on this one. But yeah, Restore 2 can be pretty good if you're playing against some aggro decks. We got Bamboozle. Han doing his best attempt to bamboozle someone and doing a pretty awful job, if I recall correctly. Discard a cunning card from your hand instead of paying this event's cost. Exhaust a unit and return each upgrade on it to its owner's hand. So can be very good. Attack Pattern Delta, another double aspect card. You can buff up a lot of units with that. It can be very handy. For a cause I believe in. Really solid rare. Really thematic. I like this revealing top 4 cards of your deck, looking for heroic cards, and each heroic one gives you 1 more damage. Kind of a chain reaction of creating opportunities for each other, like they did in Rogue One, which I thought was cool. So really like the thematic card design on this one. We got a foil Admiral Piet, who can give your big units ambush, which is pretty useful. Let's keep going here. All right, we got a Leia. Pretty solid. Yeah, you get the multiple attacks. Very handy. Same with the other side, attacking with another rebel unit whenever Leia attacks. Very good. Chopper base. Another rugged survivors. I'm going to have to start making another stack here. Okay, precision fire. We've gone over that. Resupply, pretty good. Defense walker, fang fighter, strike true. Really solid card, I think. Kind of a good green removal. It's good in green decks because you can buff up units quite a bit in green, so handy. Excellent firepower. Disarm could be handy. Give that -4 attack. Make one of your combats a lot easier. Rogue operative. Force throw. Another really fun one if you have a force unit. Very thematic. You can discard a card from your hand or your opponent's, and then you can throw it at a unit to deal damage. Pretty cool. I like it. Another AT suppressor. I see something cool back there. Shoot first. Very good. Ooh, the Avenger. Love the big Star Destroyers. When played and on attack, an opponent chooses a non-leader unit they control, defeat that unit. Very cool. It's like the, I can't remember the name, it's like Annihilator or something that the Eldrazi have in Magic. Very cool effect for a 9-cost 8/8. Love it. Oh yeah, that is a legendary, so we will definitely put that. Ooh, and then I see we have a hyperspace foil fifth brother, which goes great with the other fifth brother that we got not too long ago. Very cool. Let's put him on the bottom. All right, still got quite a few packs to go. But I just love looking at these cards so dang much. Alright, we've got another Leia. We got an Echo base. We've got Tactical Advantage. Consular Security Force. Oop. My stack's getting away from me. Okay, Security Force, like we saw. Mission Briefing. Homestead Militia. Rugged Survivors. Imperial Interceptor. I love this card. The art is really cool. It's very thematic because the Interceptor kind of comes in and fast and deals that damage immediately. One of my favorite cards for sure. Then we got Syndicate Lackeys. Another maximum firepower. Another disarm. Blizzard Assault AT-AT. I love this one. It can deal kind of sideways trample, you know, defeating other ground units, just stopping them to pieces. Love it. We got Sabine Wren. Can do that extra damage to base and can be very hard to pin down for your opponent if you've got all the right aspects in play. Ooh, Hyperspace TIE Advance. I love the TIE Advance because I love giving out XP. And this one's a 4-mana, 4-cost 3/2 body. Looks really good. The hyperspace effects, extended art on space units like in battle like that. I think that looks really good. Very cool. Ooh, and then we got a rare Palpatine. Very cool card. Costs 8 and only a 6/6, but it has Overwhelm and it can deal 6 damage divided as you choose among enemy units when played, which is really powerful. Good board clear. Ooh, and then we got a foil Fetz fire spray. Pretty cool. All right. What do we have here? Ooh, Hyperspace Sabine Wren. Getting close to completing a collection of hyperspace leaders. Love to see that. Another Dagobah. Then we got another Strike True. 2-1B medical droid, surgical droid rather, can heal damage from other units on attack, which can come very much in handy. Another Imperial Interceptor, Metal Ceremony, Seasoned Sword Trooper, Volunteer Soldier, good trooper synergy. Decent card. Disarm. Viper Probe Droid, which I think I mentioned before. You can look at an opponent's hand, which can come in handy, especially if you've got a regional governor, perhaps. Oh, Hyperspace Underworld Thug. Not the most exciting card, but looks pretty good. I'll take all the hyperspaces I can get. We got Force Choke, very good. This is gonna go good with all these Fifth Brothers I've got now. Costs 1 less if you control a Force unit, and you can deal 5 damage to a non-vehicle unit. They do get to draw a card though, which is a bit of a bummer. A normal tie advanced, still a good card though. Distant Controller can give shield out when it dies, which is really handy. U-Wing Reinforcement. Search the top 10 cards of your deck for up to 3 units with combined cost 7 or less and play each of them for free. So, really, really strong effect. Very, very good card. Very, very good rare. And then we got a foil, make an opening. I'm going to make an opening on this next booster pack, though. And we will see what awaits us inside. It's a Jin Urso. Pretty fine. Another Chopper base. Then we got System Patrol Craft. Just a 4 mana, 4 cost, 3/4 with Sentinel. Just solid body if you need it. Open Fire. Good, just good damage. Recruit. Wilderness Fighter. 2/4 with shield. Pretty handy. First A-Wing of the box. Really, really solid space unit. Definitely worth including in any aggressive hero decks. Mercenary Company. See a hyperspace. Love the Bounty Hunter crew. This gay little family, very cute. And they have a pretty solid effect. They can do that. They ambush, and they can return an effect. Return an event from your discard pile to your hand. We've got a resupply as well for restock. Ooh, wow, that looks really good actually. I was not expecting the Super Laser Technician to look so good with the extended art, but it's pretty solid. We've got a Bosk here, really good card. When you play an event, you can deal 2 damage to a unit. Plus, it has the ambush, so 2 good effects on a well-statted body. Just a sec here. I think one of my lights burned out. Okay, sorry about that. Then we've got a Hardpoint Heavy Blaster. 2/2 for 2. Only on vehicles, but that gives a pretty solid on-attack effect. This needs to be over here. Rallying Cry, a double aspect aggression card. Give each friendly unit rate 2, so that can be really, really strong if you've got a big board out in play. Electro Staff, really pretty good equipment. 2/2 for 2 and a solid effect. And we got a foil, Kanan Jarrus. Looking good, my friend Kanan. All right, getting down there. All right, there's old Director Krennic. Each friendly damage unit gets that +1. And also on the deployed side for 2/7, not bad. We got a Hyperspace Catacombs of Kadera, looking pretty good. Like that card. Another Restored Arc 170. Very nice. Alright, and a Infiltrator Skill, Battlefield Marine, Rebel Pathfinder, make an opening, Tina Braggart, ooh, I see something back there. Swoop Razor, Asteroid Sanctuary, Snowtrooper Lieutenant. The Force is with me. Haven't seen that yet, but good for that Guardian of the Wills card. Give a Force unit shield and 2 XP, and you can attack with it. Very, very solid. It's good uncommon. We got Outmaneuver, Admiral Piet, Han Solo, very good. Got that ambush and deals combat damage before the defender, so you can just kind of plop Han down and and wipe a card off the board real easily. Oh wow. Hyperspace Foil Chopper. Looking very good. Looking very metal and menacing. That's a great hyper foil to pull. But yeah, awesome. Love that. It's a rare, so you know, hard to get a rare hyperspace card, let alone a hyper foil one. So that's pretty cool. All right, our next pack is here, and it has Sabine Wren, Catacombs of Cadera, Resupply, Academy Defense Walker, Precision Fire, Metal Ceremony, Shore Trooper, Surgical Droid, Rogue Operative, Volunteer Soldier, Swoop Racer. Entrenched is an interesting card. Can give a unit 3/3 in stat, which is a lot for only 2, but it can't attack bases, so good to put on a unit that you want to fight other units or on an enemy unit that you don't want to hit your base. Ezra, another Spectre to go with Chopper and all the Sabines and Kanans and Chopper or Zeb. Also just a pretty solid, yeah, like 3 cost for 3/4 with a very solid effect to either draw a card or cycle a card, kind of. Very handy. Colonel Yularen gives you that good healing on a 2/3 for 2 body, so pretty good. Emperor's Legion, interesting card, really probably most useful in an Emperor Palpatine leader deck, but returning cards to your hand is not bad. Then we got a foil, Snapshot, Reflexes. Very good. All right, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs left. We're almost to the end. No showcase yet, but like I said, I am not expecting it at this point. Let's see what's in this one. We've got Grand Moff Tarkin, Castro City, a Jedha Agitator, Women's Dispatcher, another Snowspeeder, Resilient, Stormtrooper, Academy Training, Gamorrean Guards, another TIE Fighter, Waylay, Power of the Dark Side. That's a cool one. It only costs 3, but your opponent gets to choose the unit that gets defeated. So, interesting removal, but I like it. General Dodonna buffs your other rebel units. Very solid. Oh, Hyperspace Han Solo. That's pretty good, especially with like a very dynamic art like that. That's great. Love that. Then we have Traitorous, which costs 5, but you can take control of a unit that costs 3 or less, which is really, really nuts if you put that on the right unit. Then we've got a foil Scout Bike Pursuer. All right, what's in this one? IG-88, Administrator's Tower, Scout Bike Pursuer, Sympathizer, some more Sympathizers, another Patrolling V-Wing, Ugly Soup Freak, cool Wookiee ship, the Underworld Thug, the Smuggler, oh, a Hyperspace Resupply, that's kind of cool. Not a lot going on, but they're just moving boxes, that's fine, but I'll take it. Bib Fortuna is interesting. Only costs 2, and only a 1/3, but has a shield and a pretty handy effect. And the shield means that you got a good shot at actually using that effect maybe once or twice. Mon Mothma, good for drawing rebels. The Ghost, very good in a Spectre deck. Get those rebels all together and give them a lot of shields. And the Ghost. Ooh, the Relentless. Not my favorite Star Destroyer, but I love all of them. They're very cool and big and scary. First event played by each opponent loses all abilities for the round. Not bad. And then we've got, a foil Seventh Sister. Definitely going to have to make a Seventh Sister Imperial Inquisition deck with all those Fifth Brothers as well. Okay. Almost to the end here. Got Director Krennic, Command Center, Occupier Siege Tank. We've got the Gladiator Star Destroyer, a Vanquish, Partisan Insurgent, Tactical Advantage, Guardian of the Wills, AT-ST, 7th Fleet Defender, Frontier AT-RT, another Cantina Bouncer, another Blizzard Assault AT-AT, some Fighters for Freedom. I like this card. Good for getting some damage out with the Saboteur and doing extra damage whenever you play an aggression card. So, very handy. Strafing Gunship is fun because it's a space unit that can attack ground units and gives them a debuff on their attack. So, very, very cool. Very thematic. As thematic as, a spaceship shooting units on the ground could be. A foil Gladiator Star Destroyer. All right, 2 packs left. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Chewbacca, which I haven't seen in this box yet, but can pop out some units and give them Sentinel, so not bad. Got a big health stat as well. Good for his Sentinel and Grit abilities. More Kadera Catacombs, a Consortium Star Viper, a Death Trooper, another Wampa, another Super Laser Technician, Lions X-Wing, Repair, Snapshot Reflexes, Lothal Insurgent, Confiscate, Fighters for Freedom, Devotion, Bamboozle, I Had No Choice. It's a cool rare featuring Lando, but as a villainous card, you can kind of sort of remove 2 cards from play for 7, so pretty solid event. And then a foil Snowspeeder. Not bad. And then finally our last pack. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's Han Solo, one of the rare leaders. Can get you some interesting resource advantages early on, but not quite for free. But that's Han. Got Dagobah as well. Another Disabling Fang Fighter. Another Strike True. Patrol Craft. Another A-Wing. Only 2 A-Wings in this whole box. But yeah, very, very solid card. Definitely want to make sure we've got plenty of these. Recruit. Wilderness Fighter. Oh, I see something back there. Viper Probe Droid. Bounty Hunter Crew. Ooh, Ardent Sympathizer. Hyperspace. I didn't pull one of these before. I don't think I did. But I remember seeing some kind of blaster on one. I'll double check at the end. But I like this card a lot, so I'm very glad to get a hyperspace version of it. Benthic 2 Tubes, only one in the box so far. But one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters. My biggest Glup Shido character of the franchise, probably. But that's Tubes. We love him. And he's pretty solid. 1 mana, 2/2, 2 tubes. On attack, get 2 more. Raid to another unit. General Veers buffs all your Imperial units. Pretty solid uncommon card. Inferno 4. Good for getting a little bit of card draw. A little bit of informed card draw. And then, we've got the Security Complex, one of the rare bases. I think I have one of these already, so that's unfortunate, but I'll take what I can get. And then we got a foil forced surrender. Pretty cool. Alright, so we got all these cards, and not a ton of legendaries. Looks like just the 4. None of them are foil or hyperspace, but they're all pretty solid legendaries, ones that I definitely would want. Mace Windu, Avenger, Darth Vader, and Cunning. So, very cool. Glad I got those. I think it seems like 4 to like upwards of 7 is maybe kind of the range of legendaries you find in a box. And then let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 24 hyperspaces. That's effectively one per pack, which is good odds since it's supposed to be kind of 2 in every 3 packs. And then we've got, of those 24 hyperspace cards, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are foil as well. So pretty pleased with that. I like all these, I think, quite a bit. Academy Defense Walker and Chopper, I think, look really good. So yeah, anyway, that's one box of boosters for Star Wars Unlimited, available now at your local game store and online. I say check it out and open some packs, because find cool stuff in it like I just did. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.